Hello, everybody. What the flick? Talking about the last two episodes of Scream, The Dance and Revelations. I'm William Bibbiani. This is Francis Maxwell.
I like that introduction, man. I feel like I'm on some sort of smooth FM radio.
Yeah, well, you're going to get yacht rocked to the fucking point of screaming with Scream. Last two episodes we weren't able to do last week, so here we are now. Lonzo Duralde could not be with us. He did send me one note, quote, Kieran looks like Jennifer Aniston in boy drag in the dance episode, which he did.
Yes, he did.
Which he did.
A little bit. He did.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
So, I mean, I feel like, we want to talk about both episodes, but is it worth talking about both episodes without just really going into the finale?
I'm going to say this right now. This pissed me the hell off. So I wasn't able to watch, since we weren't going to record last week's episode, I watched both episodes of this like on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And while I was watching the second to last episode, I thought to myself, oh, who's that actress who plays Piper again? So I just Googled Piper and Scream, and just headlines all over the internet, Piper is the killer. I'm like, oh, fuck off. Fuck off, internet. Fuck off, us. Like, what the hell? Like, do not put that in the title of this episode. On What the Flick Scream review, Piper is the killer. No. Bad.
Don't kill people.
Rude. Yeah. At least give it a little time.
Give it a couple of days.
Give it a couple of days before, because people DVR is a thing for a reason. So the last, episode and a half of suspense was dead. Yeah. They even mentioned the whole Audrey thing, and I'm like, in titles, and I'm like, oh, fuck, damn it. Ruined. Yeah. Although they were the most obvious suspects.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm saying is once you say this is Piper's blood on the car, that's just straight Scream 1 to me. Okay, my own blood.
Something happened off camera to Piper,
right? So and as soon as she became less engaged in that scene, then of course that's when I started to realize, and I was watching it with someone who hadn't seen any of the show, and he said, if that's her blood, she's got to be the killer. And I just went, yeah, I think that's true.
Two things with that. One, smorgasbord of indicators that it was Piper's blood, because not only was there the podcasting recorder, there were also her glasses. Yeah. Just in case he didn't get it.
These are mine.
Incident. Right. Also, it was weird is that when Piper took Emma to see Brandon's mom in the previous episode, Piper was driving a different car.
Yes.
That was weird.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to pay off in some way. Maybe she took the sheriff's car. I don't know it was weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, Piper's the killer. Duh. They were all just like, oh, you were so sexist for assuming it was a boy. No, we didn't. We assumed it was you, Piper. Yeah. We knew it couldn't be just you because there was another Screamy. And as soon as they kind of took Audrey off the hit list, it seemed pretty obvious. I was still kind of hoping it might be sheriff and son.
Yes.
Because Piper and Audrey were kind of obvious.
Yeah.
But no.
And I do like that throughout this episode, they're it's almost as if, okay, they're the killer, but they're still making it seem like many of the cast are involved in the killing.
Right.
They keep doing it, especially with Emma and Will. We remember his great death scene, one of the best probably.
Really, the best.
Really graphic.
In the show, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have, obviously, Emma's mother and her involvement with the sheriff. It's almost as if, they're seeing these deaths happen so that it's not just the fact that they're dying, but you're going to have this memory in your mind forever that you watched them and you played a big part in their death. So, nice spin from the killer. Not just to make enough pain that they lost their individual, but that you're involved in killing them.
That was cute. I wish there had been sort of something to that.
Yes.
Something because I guess the whole thing is, oh, you got Brandon killed, whatever. Really didn't amount to much. Emma gets slashed across the stomach, and then in the next scene, she's got a paper towel over it and walking around. You should at least be lying down. Someone should be taking care of that. I feel like that's. I was watching someone say, "Oh, it's just a flesh wound." Yeah, all of her flesh.
Yeah, she got
all
slashed, and then obviously maybe it was just her anger of realizing who the killer was when she attacked her and got her down on the ground. But it seems like in many cases the injuries don't amount to much, especially it doesn't affect them when they're trying to fight back. But so tell me, what was your perspective on the whole Aubrey thing? Did you see that coming to life?
I did a little bit, but we still don't know all the details behind it. But it's just one of the things that bothers me about sort of the serialized mystery format is it gives you a lot of time to ponder all the possibilities, and it's hard to be completely surprised.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why they try to take suspects off the table.
Yeah.
Whenever they can, so that but you see they were really suspects all along.
Yeah.
And then taking the suspect off the table becomes the ultimate clue.
Yeah.
it's not the clue that's within the story. It's the clue that's within how the storytellers are trying to throw you off the track.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it couldn't possibly be Audrey. No, it really could. And you know, back when Scream 1 came out, the idea that there were 2 killers was mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like, it really hadn't been done. Maybe there might be an exception here, but in the popular culture, that had not been done. And if you watch the original Scream, you're watching it and you're trying to think, okay, so who is like never around when the killer's there?
Yeah.
And it doesn't fit.
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense. It can't be Skeet Ulrich because he was there for that. It can't be Matthew Lillard because he was there for the other thing. And it only makes sense that there's 2 killers, but you don't know that there's 2 killers. Now there are 2 killers. What would have been really mind-blowing is if there had been like 4.
Yeah, Noah was involved in it as well.
There's like, it would have been cool if there's like a cult. Or something like you really could have blown it. That would have blown our minds. Is that everyone who was a suspect, like the Murder on the Orient Express ending, like everyone.
Yeah.
And everyone did it except Emma.
And what is annoying though, is I asked Audrey's character when I met her on the red carpet, I looked her in the eye and I said, your character to me screams out an early suspect. And she looked back and went, no. No,
what are they supposed to do?
No,
tell you?
I wanted
They're
to
supposed
see,
to tell
I wanted
you?
to see an eyebrow raise, maybe like, no, maybe. But no, it was like, no. Like, so good acting to tell me.
That's
She
her
sold
job.
it.
Her
She
job is
sold
to
it me.
act. What
Well,
did you want?
I wanted to find out.
Back when The Killing was on, I did the same thing in the first 2 seasons. There was a big murder mystery, and I had everyone on the red carpet like, who do you think did it? And like the guy who actually did it was just like, yeah, it was me. He was great. No, everyone was like joking around that they did it. That was a good way to throw everyone off. It's all just who done it, and the why is usually supposed to be the most interesting part. And here it's pretty obvious and straightforward, and that's unfortunate. But I did like these last 2 episodes. They had a good energy to them. The tone, things got broader, and I think whenever this show got really broad, like in the bowling alley episode or here in the dance or everything like that, that's when it seemed more fun.
Yeah.
When it was trying to take itself like a little seriously in like the early episodes, it doesn't have that in it. It gets turgid. Like no one, it's completely unbelievable. I mean, I'm fine with, for example, like when Brooke, her dad is in jail, her mom's in rehab. Who's she going to stay with? Oh, I'll stay with the guy who blackmailed my dad.
Yeah. That's a good
Fine, I don't give it. Fine, you know that's the kind of stuff I was having fun with.
Yeah. The only like I think that like
but it's cheesy.
Yeah, for cheesy spin-off parody movies, I think the last couple of scenes in the final episode were bait for that. Like the fact is that everyone just suddenly appeared at the door. They'd be as well just having that loud like sound as if something's about to happen, because then it was like Jake. Oh, is it Jake? No.
Yeah.
And it was a teacher. Oh, it's not the teacher. And then Kieran appeared. So it was
They're
like
having way too much fun.
Yeah,
It
way
was
too
great.
much fun with the idea that you were questioning who it was. But the idea was, I was having fun questioning it as well, because I was like, oh, Kieran's right there. His dad's died. Is he that sick to kill his dad to make everyone? Oh, if you're going to kill everyone else, you might be that sick.
Might as well kill your dad,
You might as
right?
well kill your dad. It could have been him. So that is what I agree with. Is like when they were taking themselves too seriously, it wasn't a serious enough or well acted enough show to be that serious. So when they started to have fun with the idea that we're just here. It's somewhat like a serious show, but it has the spoof side of it. We're going to have fun in guessing who it is to be. So I think that overall, this, from an episode review perspective, I did have fun watching it. I wasn't blown away. I think there was things that they could have, if they were going to go with that serious side to it, one, they should have casted better actors, I believe, to push that through. I don't think the actors did well enough.
I don't know if they were going for, let's cast some crappy actors, no one cares. I think they tried and it just didn't work out. Like sometimes it's a matter of chemistry.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a matter of not knowing where a character is going to go. Maybe it ends up going in a direction that isn't what you cast for, that kind of thing. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. I mean, not everyone was bad. Noah was good.
Noah was good.
Audrey was quite good. I liked Piper just
Emma
fine.
grew
The
on me a
mom is
little bit.
great. You know, there's good stuff.
Yeah.
There's good people in this cast. They just often have some really generic crap to work with. And again, I think this is a show. I think a lot of audiences have gotten used to the idea that a show is going to be good right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fucking amazing, and you're gonna love everyone, and it's gonna like. And usually the problem is a show like that is it usually gets worse over time. Like Lost got worse over time.
Yeah, of course.
You know, some shows get better.
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer didn't become the Buffy the Vampire Slayer that we all know and love until about halfway into season 2.
Yeah.
You know, like seriously, it took a little time for it to become great, to find its footing, to figure out what works.
Yeah.
And what I do see in Scream, what I do find is very encouraging, is that by the end of the season, it was better.
Yeah,
it was a better show, like by leaps and bounds than it was when it began.
There's one thing that I want to defend for this show, right? Because many people, I read the comment section, they're like, why are you reviewing this with not someone else, why not other shows?
Why not Mr. Robot? We will never review Mr. Robot now. But you made it a thing.
But it goes against our credibility to go ahead and review it after everyone has asked us. But nonetheless, like we want to vary our perspective here, right? Scream, one thing is it was a show that we immediately went into imagining the greatness of the very first Scream, because I didn't think the Screams got better as they went on. I think the first one was always the original for me. It was always good. It tried to outdo its previous, and it never really hit home. This show, turning into a television, it was more of a curious thing. We wanted to be curious, just the same way as I want to review Supergirl. Not because critics are going to be like, oh, Supergirl is going to be the true detective of the superhero series. No, it's because it's just going to try something a little different. That we want to try.
I think if Supergirl was the true detective of the superhero series, they would be missing the point of Supergirl.
True, but that's the thing. Like this show is not going to attract the same audience as a True Detective, where it grabs you from the beginning. It's going to have fun with now it's a TV series. Now it can draw out. Now we can. We can grow with the characters rather than just, you died, let's move on to the next one. There's no emotional connection now. Because some of the best episodes is when they actually grieved. Like
you don't get that in a slasher movie. You can only get that in a show for any real length of time. Although they do get over it pretty quickly.
Yeah, of course.
There's one episode of grieving, and then Noah forgot he ever had a girlfriend.
Exactly. And not only that, is that like that was the closest. No offense to Noah, but he came so close to losing his virginity. Like you at least take a couple episodes to get over that. You're not just like, damn it.
You're going to take a couple episodes to get over the virginity, but you don't think it's going to take a couple episodes to get over her dying?
I think that's teenage boys.
I was a teenage boy for quite a few years,
There's no doubt that he definitely grieved the loss of his potential virginity being gone away.
I'm not saying that's not part of it. I just feel like he's not a monster. He probably grieves over the loss of her life.
Yeah. And then
a teensy bit more. I'm just saying there's like, here's the loss of the life, and then here.
I think you're overestimating
there's like just a tiny amount.
The feelings that the teenage boy has that comes from his head and somewhere else.
I think I might be overestimating your humanity, sir. Overestimating your humanity.
But
anyway.
Are you excited for season 2? Because it has been renewed.
What I would like to see for season 2, I was disappointed with the ending of Scream 4. At first, I thought the ending of Scream 4 was really cool. Like, oh, this is the villain's going to get away with it. That's a great twist. Let's do this. Because at first, it was just kind of a standard straight-up Scream sequel. And then they felt the need to wrap everything up, and then everyone who's always lives, and it was frustrating. Here, there's someone who's out and about.
Yeah.
It's clearly involved. Don't know who exactly she killed, but she killed some of them probably. I would like to kind of see it more from the killer's perspective. Let's do this kind of slasher story and like actually get inside her head and see how she manipulates.
Dexter-esque, maybe?
A little bit more Dexter-esque, but not a hero.
Yeah.
Because we'll have the ensemble cast, we'll have heroic characters, we'll have at least good, positive people. And then here's this other person, almost like Prophet, if you remember that show with Adrian Pazdar. Like, more like that, but with murder. Like, that would actually be kind of cool. I think there's a lot of potential in season 2 to not repeat season 1, which could have been okay, but like I think there's so much more interesting if they expand from here and let the show grow and become its own distinct entity on television.
Yeah.
That would actually be really cool. That's my hope.
I like that direction. And we see how that she begins to reinvent herself into potentially being taken away from the next. Taken away from being a suspect, not just one reason, but if you go in and you just start killing people again, it's just going to get tiresome. Like you said, you need to have that unique twist. How does she start to integrate herself back into society so that she can start to become more involved and then start killing people again?
There's a lot of different things you could do there. I don't want them to go like, 5 years later, now we're all at college.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Like, just continue it, serialize it. You have the opportunity, a rare opportunity to do something very fun and special. Yeah. And I hope they do it. I think the cast is starting to come into it. I think Bex Taylor Klaus.
Yeah, she was good.
She's such a charismatic presence, and she kind of plays a similar character a lot. This is potentially a great role for her if we can delve now. This could be her breakout, and I would love to see her break out because I think she's got a lot of talent. So thank you everybody for watching us watching the Scream.
Thumbs up for you guys.
Thumbs up, and then sort of slice that off.
Thumb gone.
There you go.
Well, it's good.
So everyone, we will be back in the fall season. We're going to be reviewing. We're going to be reviewing Gotham. We're going to be reviewing The Flash. We're going to be reviewing Supergirl.
AKA Jessica Jones later, I believe.
Whenever that comes on, we're going to be reviewing that. Alonzo Duralde and I'll be back reviewing Doctor Who. There's more. There's like a whole list. I don't have it in front
Fear
of me
the
right
Walking
now.
Dead, blah, blah, blah.
Fear the
all
Walking
this
Dead's
stuff.
going on.
Yeah.
So check us out, and hopefully next season we'll be back for more Scream. Thanks, everybody.